You are most welcome to Uganda. Thank you for agreeing to visit us, paying back the visit I paid long ago to Eswatini when I attended one of the big functions there. And I had the chance to see the Ndorovukazi, the she-elephant, and all the big chiefs. I was very, very happy. Now, the reason, Your Majesty, why we think that the political federation is very crucial, where possible, is that if you unite the economies through the common market, you may become prosperous, you may get prosperity, you may get economic growth. But there is one issue you don't address. This is the issue of a strong army. How can you have a strong army that can defend us, Africans, from all threats? Because now I think the Africans may be in a big potential danger, because like our American friends and the others, they talk of what they call four-dimensional superiority. That they want to be superior on land, land forces army. They want to be superior in the air force. They want to be superior at sea, the navy. And they want to be superior in space, on the moon, to have weapons based in space. Now, a country like Uganda will develop and will become prosperous for sure. We are moving, and will become even a rich country because we have the resources, rich and developed. But shall we have enough resources to have a space program to go to the moon and ask the Americans what they are doing there alone? Because from what I hear, only 4 countries have been to the moon. These are USA, Russia, China, and now India. Our relatives, the British, are still here with us. They have not been to the moon. The Germans have not gone. The French have not gone. They are developed, but there is a limit. Like His Majesty has got a stronger body. So if I was still a boxer, I would not box with him. They would put heavy weight, and me they would put, I think, maybe welterweight or something. some other classification. So the reason we really want political integration is that Africa must have a center of gravity. Must have, because you can have smaller countries in the world. They are there in Europe. There are smaller countries like Denmark, Switzerland. They are there, Belgium. But these smaller countries have a defender. When they are in danger, there is a head boy who defends them. This is the United States. During the Second World War, all these small countries were overrun by Germany. So who defended them? It was the Russians, actually, and the Americans who had to take on Hitler. So as Africans, who is your head boy here? Who would defend us against people who are based in space? So that's why I want you to pray for us that East Africa becomes a political union, also, in addition to the economic integration. Because that one, it can be a type of India or a China which can be able to defend the black race. This is the concept we had with the Mwalimu Nyerere and Mzee Kaunda. We used to discuss with him. Mandela, we didn't get enough time because he was in jail most of the time. But Mzee Kaunda, Mzee Mwalimu Nyerere, Robert Mugabe, we didn't discuss so much because he was also in jail for quite a long time. And when he was in government, we didn't get enough time. We had the story is a clear one. The question is whether Africans want prosperity. If you want prosperity, according to our experience as a student movement in the 1960s, and then as a liberation movement and working with others, prosperity comes from producing a good or a service and selling it. And what you produce should be assessed economically to make sure that it is the one that will give you the maximum benefits. Now, when you do that, the next thing you need is a market, the buyers buy what you produce. And that's why here in Uganda, we look at the internal market of Uganda of 46 million people now. But we know that that internal market is not enough. That's why we work for the market of the region and the market of Africa. That is for buying. When we aggregate the market, now the fragmentation of the African market is a big disaster. So I invited the East African governments to co-invest in the pipeline, in the refinery. The only thing that Uganda owns with the petroleum companies is the crude oil alone, the crude oil, the natural resource. But otherwise, we invited the East African governments, you come and invest in the refinery. Come and invest in the pipeline, because there's a pipeline going to the ocean. Because it's not common sense to say, I produce, you only buy. From the beginning, you are very clear, and that, you must have heard that the East African community had broken down. During the time of Idi Amin, they broke it up. But when we came into government, we negotiated with Kenya, with Tanzania, and then later on others joined. We are now 8 countries in the East African community. That one deals with 2 problems. Deals with the issue of the market, like COMESA on a smaller scale, but it also deals with the issue of political integration. We are, since the time of our elders, the time of Mwalimu Nyerere and Obote and Kaunda, we are aiming at forming a government of East Africa. And we have never given up. It is part of our, that's why we are members of the East African community, because it is the only one which aims at the political federation as the last step. We talk of the integrated common market, customs union, monetary union, and eventually a political federation of East Africa. So you are most welcome. We are ready to discuss any and everything. Siabong, thank you so much.